How many of you can beat your Garmin? You know, the race predictor on your watch that tells you how fast you could run a certain distance? Well, I'm about to find out right now if I can. Today I'm here at the Los Muertos 5K in downtown Los Angeles. I'm really excited and kind of overwhelmed at the same time. You know, it's my first race ever. I ran a little cross country when I was in high school, but I pretty much came in last every time. One thing on the Garmin I never really understood was the race predictor. Like, how does it come up with that time, and what do I have to do to get it, training-wise? I sort of get the measurement, but on a practical level, I can never imagine running the time it says on my watch. I get that it takes into account several different factors like VO2 max, training paces, heart rate, but the results seem a little bit far-fetched to me.
How are you feeling?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared because instead of a 9-minute mile per pace, I have to run 8 minutes per mile, so it's kind of a tall order.
Do you think you could do it?
Obviously, my Garmin has more faith in me than any of us here do. Now, I've never gone all out over a 5K distance, so I think the Garmin is probably an all-out time, but I'm still skeptical of the number. Because to get ready for this challenge, I did a couple of workouts at the faster pace. It wasn't pretty. I tried twice to do a workout that was 6 by 1K, and both times on the 5th rep, by the time I was done, I felt like vomiting, so I bailed on the last rep. I can't remember the last time I puked, and I want to keep it that way. But even then, how much training does the watch assume I need to do in order to run a time of 24:12? If you know the answer to that, please explain to me in the comments down below, because I would love to know. It also raises another side question. If I am able to run in 24:12, then what happens to the race predictor? Does it give me an even lower time for the 5K? There's truly only one way to find out. So we got about 30 minutes left before the start of the race. And like I said before, I hated running, so it's kind of ironic to find myself in this kind of situation. And I also want to see how these shoes are gonna do today. If I'm gonna beat that 24 minutes, I need all the help I can get. The Los Muertos 5K is a run-walk event celebrating Day of the Dead. It's cool because it starts and stops at Olvera Street, one of the oldest streets in Los Angeles. You can get some great Mexican food and souvenirs if you ever stop by. What's more fun than running with a bunch of people dressed like skeletons, right? Kind of feel like that kid in Coco. I'm getting ready to walk to the start line now. It's feeling kind of real, man. I'm trying not to stress myself out, but I have a few goals for this race. My A goal is to beat my Garmin in 24 minutes. My B goal is to kind of come in around 27 minutes, which is my average 5K time. And my C goal is just to not die out there. I just have to keep reminding myself that I'm just out here to have fun, and I'm just trying to test how accurate my Garmin is. And then I'm gonna go get some tacos. See you at the finish line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. I don't speak a lot.
Oh, we made it. We made it out of the pack.
And I can't stop. And I can't stop. And I can't stop. I'm that cash money getter, big show stopper. 4 kids having no chain rocker. Make my business, work my business. Count them digits, earn them winnings. I see you in my review and you been trying. Said you out here doing numbers, but you been lying. And you know my little baby been fine. In the crib, bet she do it for the 9-9. I've been to myself, just me.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that's over. I don't think I ran that hard even when I was in high school. And that last hill, which is like the bridge that goes over to the LA River, you go up and you're like, oh, this sucks. And you come down and you're like, oh, not too bad because it's a turnaround. And then you turn right around and you see that huge bridge going over the river. All right, let's get to the point of these whole shenanigans. So my final time was, I don't know what my final time was because I forgot to start the watch after like 10 seconds. There was like a massive crowd in the front, so I could barely get out. Anyway, I think I came in around 25 seconds, so I didn't quite beat the time, but I think I came pretty close, and I might have been able to get it if there wasn't that huge crowd in front of me that took a while to get out of. Given the right conditions, you know, I think you could definitely get the time that it says. Maybe part of it has to do with like a psychological factor, you know? You think like, oh, I can get that time possibly, so it makes you motivated to run a little bit faster. It's pretty accurate. Anyway, I had an amazing time regardless of what it says on my watch. You know, I'm so proud of myself for having done this race after like 30 years or so of not doing anything like this. People are running for different reasons, and it's just fun to be a part of it. By the way, let's see what the race predictor says right now. Well, there you go. Now let's go get some tacos. Ride or run, let's get it done.